happen to be somebody who is drawn to the supernatural? While most people try their best to avoid an encounter with the paranormal, there are also a significant number of us who actively seek out the adrenal rush of being surrounded by the mysterious unknown. And while the existence of ghosts and spirits has been debated for centuries, the conclusions we draw are solely from our own experiences. The list of haunted places in India is a long one, each one associated with a chilling history or folklore. They include everything from abandoned forts, deserted villages, closed mines, and spooky hotels to unlikely places such as courtrooms and schools. If you want to push the boundaries and seek out the supernatural, go on watching this video.
Bhangarh Fort's history is nothing but one with utter misery and anguish. There are numerous legends surrounding the curse bestowed upon this place. But let's see some incidents that get us to actually read them. The locals narrate the story of three daredevils who decided to stay in Bhangarh Fort premises post sundown. Despite being equipped with a torch, one of the three guys fell into a deep well. Thankfully he was soon rescued by his friends, who rushed him to the nearest hospital to get him treated. But as it was perhaps predestined, all three of them got crushed in a freaky road accident and died. After sunset and before the sun rises, one can hear strange noises from inside the fort premises during the night time, and the air gets charged with an uneasy heaviness. It is said that spirits roam inside the closed gates at these hours and the place becomes a hotbed for paranormal activities. In fact, if the locals are to be believed, whoever who has attempted to stay back in the fort of the nearby area after dark has never returned to tell their tale.
Forests often seem truly intriguing. During daytime and nighttime, the large trees hovering above blocking the sunlight gives it an eerie feeling. We talk about such a forest, or rather a hill. About 30 kilometers from the beautiful town of Darjeeling is the land of the white orchid Karsiong, and in Karsiong lies the Doe Hill. It is a lone hill with a pretty dark forest and captivating ghost stories. Among rumors flying, the most common ones are that of a headless boy roaming the death road and often a mysterious red eye people claim to have seen. The stories also lead to the haunting of the boys' school located near it and the infamous ghost of a woman in white clothes. Will this be a wildlife adventure after all?
One of the most infamous incidents that took place in Mukesh Mills was when a film actress who was shooting at one of these mills was believed to be possessed by an angry spirit with manly voice. As a result, all the cast crew members packed up for that day and fled as soon as they could and never came back to the mills.
The city of joy, Kolkata, is not left out from the haunting of spirits who refused to leave some of the most iconic buildings in the city. The National Library was earlier the residence of Warren Hastings, the first Governor General of the East India Company. And, if legend is to be believed, he still roams here in the night, and his faint apparition can be spotted at times. Hastings' ghost is said to roam there to find a black bureau that he couldn't find when he was alive. This bureau, he believed, had papers that could prove his innocence in the House of Commons. Even though all the charges against him were dropped later, he supposedly comes back in the hope of locating those papers. In 2010, ASI conservation engineers discovered a mysterious room on the ground floor of the 250-year-old building that went unnoticed for decades. The chamber did not have any door or even a secret door to get in, which added to the spookiness of the building. Eerie, huh?
Agrasen की बोली situated in Delhi is rumored that the water reservoir contained mystical black water that enticed people to jump into it and end their lives. As you go down the staircase towards the water, it feels as if one unseen force behests you to enter its abyss of dome and you are hypnotically drawn towards it.
We may have heard about many haunted places in India and abroad, but this one may sound truly peculiar. We know a church is a worship place of the great and almighty Jesus, but ever heard of a haunted church? That is what the Three Kings Church in Goa is. Located atop a hill called Sulim in Canazolium, Goa, with picturesque scenery and pleasing aerial view, this haunted church is a paradise for photography lovers. There is quite a lot of legends associated with this, the most famous being the story of the three power-hungry Portuguese kings. It is said that one of them had called the other two for dinner, planning to assassinate them. As the poisoned food was consumed, it killed the two, and to escape, the other had to consume it too. The three kings couldn't forget their love for the place and hence haunted to this day.
Ah, are you spooked out right now? You must be really strong minded to not be, or a real lover of spooky things. Whatever may be the case, we hope you enjoyed this video and you know a tiny bit more than before you watched this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.